So next on the list for this Zoe is sorting out the steering. As I'm driving down the road, I am trying to, well, the steering wheel is to the left, but I am going straight ahead. I think where the car's had a little knock, it has knocked the geometry out. So what we need to do is get all four wheels pointing straight when the steering wheel's pointing straight. So to do that, we need to do a geometry on this thing and get the wheels vaguely pointing where we need them to go. So I do have this set of tracking gauges. Problem is they are knackered at the moment, so need to do something a bit more old school. So we go with a couple of these. They're nice and cheap, so do the job. So got the bits we need. I've got the two poles. I'll take that little tube. And I've got a box of little springs here, and we've got some string. Need a pair of scissors or something. What I'm going to do to start with, I need to put some holes in these tubes. Need to be exactly the same distance apart. So I'm just going to pop one through the end. And the other end. Just need a couple of relatively small lengths. Of string. Pass that through our little pole, so that won't come through, hopefully. There we go. And we're going to put another length of string onto that, and it'll give us just a bit of flex. So what we want is a nice flat and level surface, which we kind of have. It's flattish, kind of. Okay, so this is the levelest bit, just about there. So we also need to set our steering wheel straight. So let's get that centered. Right, next what we need is something at the height of the center of the wheels. So I need some little axle stands, something like that. Okay, so axle stands are ideal, especially if you've got a hole in them like this. We want our pole sitting on them. Oops. There we go, like that. Drop in a couple of screwdrivers. Now stick these ones at the front. So what we're trying to do is get the line pretty much in the centre of the wheels. Because my driveway slopes away, I have to raise this one up a little bit. So basically what we're trying to do is draw a box around the car, which is now kind of what we got. Okay. So next we need to try and make the car square inside the box. So to do that we need a reference point for each of the wheels. Now I've got my little centre caps on the car for the wheels. You know what? It's close enough. Let's give it a go. Okay, So basically we measure the same from the distance from the string to the centre of the front wheels, same either side, and the back wheels, same either side. So now we're in a box. We've got equal distance from the centre of the wheel to the string, front and at the rear. So what we're going to do now is measure from the alloy out to the string. So on this one I have got 6.3 and the front is 6.3. So that wheel is square. If I look at this front one, oops, I have got 4.8 and 6. Which means this wheel is pointed that way. Now the steering wheel's straight. So when I used to do this with my my little Elise race car, I had a little mark on the centre of the car and a mark on the centre of this rod. One side measured it out, and actually had little rubber bits on the end of this, and the springs used a much stiffer spring. So actually the car, you put this actually up on the car and it held on the rear clam of the car. Sort of pulled itself in. Made it really quick, right? So you just get these things set up so you could do a quick geo of the car in a paddock, especially if you'd just had a bit of a wheel rub with somebody. Right, so I'm going to try and adjust this out. So although the angle won't be as pronounced, we can still get some sort of a vague reference off here. So off that side of the brake disc hub I'm at 13mm, and off that side I am 13.2. Obviously it's exaggerated the further you move out. I should have just done, and then spin that out a little bit. So what we would normally do to centre this thing, we would be taking the wheel caps off. That's your reference point, right, for the centre, rather than the bit of plastic on the wheel cap. But whatever, it's close enough for what I'm doing today. So yeah, we are at 13 at the front, 13.2, sorry, 13 at the back, 13.2-ish at the front. So we need to bring this out, which means we've got to wind this in. So I'm just going to back off the nut a little bit. Got a little 13mm, and then we can wind this thing. Not much. Okay, so there we go. We're both reading about 12.8 and a tiny bit. So we're damn close to straight now. So I'm just going to lock that back up. What you really want to be doing now is resetting everything up again, taking the car for a little spin, lining it all up again. But, you know, again, this is just get it close, right? So we're now at 6.6-ish and 6.8-ish. Ah, look at us with a central steering wheel. So it does drive fine. It's got a little bit of poke. Yeah. So we do have a really annoying rattle in the door over there that I need to sort out. I've also got a horrible chrome peeling effect going on this little radio surround, so we'll swap that with the one on the other car. Just need to work out how to get it off. Yeah, other than that, we're pretty much done. So quick update on this one. I am having zero luck trying to find a battery donor for this car. There have been a couple that have come up through CoPart, similar sort of year, similar sort of colour, but they've all gone for a bit too much money for the kind of project that this is. So I shall keep on looking. If anyone knows of a motor knackered, heavily banged rear end Zoe that they want to shift for very, very little money, that's got a decent battery in it, give me a shout. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. I've got some more Zoe content I'm sure to come to sort out that second car. In the meantime, I'm back on this thing trying to sort out the little electric issues. I also need to get a windscreen fitted. Got one just there. Yeah, so more jobs on this thing, and then hopefully CoPart, if something rocks up for decent money through CoPart, we'll be back into the Zoe.